injuries, but the guys made a conscious effort to really go up and grab some tough ones. And Max was terrific, and it'll be even more of a challenge, when they get all of their guys back on Saturday, because it'll be a different kind of rotation, when they break you down, and Giannis will do what he does. He'll bring a second defender and spray it to a three, and now you have a crowd of people in the paint. So we'll just have to continue to work on that. We've been a very good overall defensive rebounding team. When we haven't done it, it's been costly, but our team has been aware of that, and we're trying to correct that in the second half of the season.
Coach, it's been twice in a row that you had to play an 8-man rotation. Is that something you practice for?
No.
No.
Tell you what, the players love it.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
And my second question should be short.
Yeah, but if you know that you're just if you come out, you're going right back in, every player would love that. You get just enough rest. You get into the flow and the rhythm of the game. When you have, all 15 available, that's when you deal with all the personality management and the emotions and all that stuff and the sacrifice if you want to be a part of something special. Doesn't mean it's easy. You have to, manage through different kind of roles and sometimes fatigue throughout the course of the game. I thought some of the turnovers or ill-advised shots were a little bit more fatigue-oriented tonight. But we gathered ourselves and we were able to find a different way to win. And that's what I from a coaching standpoint, I enjoy seeing that process. If your team is developing some mental toughness and some grit, some resilience to be able to handle all the adversity that you're going to face during a long NBA season.
You alluded to this, but is it safe to assume a completely different game on Saturday?
Yeah. Come on. You're talking about a 2-time, 3-time, 1-time, how many time MVP? I think they'll have their full complement of players then. Ingles, Middleton, Matthews. I think they've all worked to be able to play, on Saturday. It'll have a different tenor and feel to it, and maybe we'll have a couple more guys back, but who cares? We just got to find a way to compete and win a game.
It's not a surprise to anybody who's actually watched him this year, but is it at all significant for Bam to have a game like that, specifically against Brook?
Well, this has been part of the development for 2 straight years. But I thought he really was intentional throughout the course of the game. He's going to have to make, some of those in the circle shots against this team based on that specific coverage. But it's also a different coverage when they go to the second unit. And I thought he was really assertive and aggressive getting to the rim. And it can't just be one or the other. And you also have to read that immediately in the possession. And this is what we're talking about, and he's really been working on that this year, not to predetermine, just to take what's available and find a way to continue to be aggressive, assertive, regardless of what the coverage is. And it might call for something different at the end of it. And I thought he just did a really good job of reading the situations tonight.
Kind of regardless of who you've had in and out, you've maintained having Victor Oladipo in that 6-man role. Just how important has he been since he got back playing that role to boost the bench?
It's really important. That's what we envisioned, at the start of training camp. That's the role we slotted for him. We knew it would be from his resume, it would be a sacrifice, but based on what his last 4 years would be, that this was what made the most sense. And we also wanted to be patient in this process with him. No matter how long it would take, we just saw, the potential, of that, and he's just going to continue to get more comfortable get his legs under him, understand what his role is, and I've said it before. We just really enjoy being on this journey with him. Particularly when he's had to overcome so much, it's fun to see him have that joy for the game and with his teammates and having the impact on winning.
Gabe and Vic have kind of been in and out of the lineup a bit this season, but they've been kind of consistently getting minutes together over the last stretch. Just what have you liked, I guess, with that specific pairing on both sides of the floor?
Yeah, I think, in training camp, we played them a ton of minutes together and a lot of possessions together to try to build that chemistry. And sometimes it just clicks. And with them, they just had a really cool understanding of like who could be on the ball, who could be off the ball, and they could just flip that like seamlessly. You didn't have to like overcoach it or overteach it or stress out about it like you probably would in a lot of places in the league. Everybody wants to be on the ball, and the two of them just have just a cool synergy about that, and we can work seamlessly based on the pressure of where we need to get the ball. They both feel comfortable and confident that they can make an impact either way. And as they both get healthier and get more confident in being aggressive, they're not getting in each other's way. It's quite the opposite. They're able to complement each other, and that's a beautiful thing to see.
Erik, unrelated to tonight, those Spurs and Warriors are playing in front of like 68,000 people at Alamo Dome tomorrow.
Wow.
How cool would that be for an NBA atmosphere to have? Literally, they've already announced like 66,000 or something like that.
Yeah, am I living in a hole? Have they been talking about that a lot? I didn't even know.
You're
That's
a little,
really cool.
you're a little busy.
Almost 70,000?
They put the game in the Alamo Dome and tried to break the record and already are assured of breaking the record. But just how neat would that be for an NBA atmosphere?
That is cool. The game is growing at an exponential rate. One of these days, we got to do something outside and pack 100,000 down here in South Florida. Let's do that. Make that happen.
I think you just did.
All right, we'd have to either do that. We might be able to do that and put a court in the Marlins stadium, and then you put the roof, and open it up. Let's do it. 100,000. That's my call. That's it. All right. Thank you.
Spo shooting a shot right there on a big game. Let's play it here in Miami, by the way.
I'm glad he brought in the dome because I'm like, he's also the weatherman, apparently.
Yeah, we can't get that in over there.